another song?
Sure, yeah. We'll do one that actually I wrote about how much I love that old time in bluegrass music. It's called Old Songs Never Die. Did you ever think there'd be such a thing? Yeah, worth more than a diamond ring. But you can't buy and you can't spend the loving arms of a true friend. Did you ever think there'd be such a thing? Let the money man try to gauge its worth, pay $1 million for every verse. But you can't claim and you can't own these songs that live inside my soul. Let the money man try to gauge its worth. 'Cause old songs never die. Yeah, they just cry, cry after you to sing them once again. Yeah, nursery rhymes and old hymns and magpies morning call. Sound the wind makes moving through the branches in the fall. How can I explain it if you don't understand? The best of life ain't something you can hold in your two hands. So when the days get dark and blue, those old songs will be there for you. Yeah, turn it up and scream it out. There's still so much joy to be found when the days are getting dark and blue. These old songs never die. Yeah, they just cry and cry after you to sing them once. And old songs never die. Yeah, they just cry and cry after you to sing them once again.
WNCW live music from Studio B, Rachel Baiman, and that tune called Old Songs Never Die. When did you start listening to old songs? How did that? Was that your family got you turned on to?
That is my family. I grew up the child of two contra dancers.
Yeah.
They met at a contra dance, and they never were big music players, but they were big folk music fans. So I did grow up going to some folk festivals, and when I accidentally started playing the fiddle, like I say accidentally because I was in Chicago just taking violin lessons, but it turned out to be like a Missouri fiddle player and just started playing fiddle tunes. But they were 100% like, oh, fiddle, that's cool. Like they knew what it was. They had a context for it, and they really encouraged it. And so I just kind of fell into it, and then became a little bit obsessed later. Yeah.
When did the songwriting come in? Was that much later?
Much later, yeah. Really when I was in college, and I was still very much like, I moved to Nashville with the intention to be a fiddle player, and I started that band with my friend Christian Settlemeyer called 10-String Symphony, and we were both fiddle players, so like we needed some songs, and I was in Nashville, and I was surrounded by all these amazing songwriters, and everyone was obsessed with the craft of songwriting, and it really I kind of got the bug. Like I got kind of into the idea of writing the perfect song and what it would mean, a great song, what the power of a great song, and that the country format being so simple and so deep at the same time. So I just started writing some real bad songs and, kept working on it. And so it was kind of very organic.
I do like on this record, Old Songs Never Die, but it feels authentically appreciative of and taking in like old sounds and old songs, but at the same time, it's a contemporary record.
Oh, the recording of it, you mean?
Yeah, just the whole record in general.
That one's really interesting. It's actually the only one that's completely live, like the vocals and
right?
everything. And the reason is because I had, I was pretty sick for the whole recording session, so I couldn't, like my vocals were terrible, but that one, I was like, oh, but it's just, especially with the banjo and that style, it's really hard to separate the vocal and the banjo, and I just felt like we'd gotten the right vibe, and you can kind of hear that my nose is stuffy on that, but I was like,
That's interesting.
wabi sabi, like, embrace, and I'm happy. It's a little like, oh, but you gotta just embrace it.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song on the record? That's probably not a fair question to ask.
I don't think I have a favorite. I have ones that feel really good to play live, or ones that I really love the recordings of. I do really love Bitter. Like I think that song always feels really good. I'm pretty happy with. I don't know. It's like you can't choose a child.
Yeah. The record we're talking about is called "Common Nation of Sorrow." It's been out I don't know, a month, something like that.
No, it's coming out on Friday.
Oh, it is. We've had ours for a month.
Well, you guys are lucky.
Yeah.
You get the preview.
So coming out on Friday.
It's coming out on Friday, but there are a few songs out now if people want to listen and check it out.
Okay. Well, it sounds great. And again, thanks for coming in. And Steve, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. The Radio Room in Greenville, South Carolina tonight, 8 o'clock or so. Evening Muse in Charlotte, Friday, April 7th. And Points Beyond